The worldview of Nausicaä of the Valley of the Wind. A world where humans cannot live without masks. More than 30 years ago, there was an animated film that depicted such a world. The title is Nausicaä of the Valley of the Wind. It is a work by Hayao Miyazaki based on his own manga. The world depicted in this work overlaps with the current society, where people cannot go out without masks due to the new coronavirus infection. Not only that, but it is full of warnings about problems that modern society faces, such as environmental destruction and conflict between nations. It is a masterpiece of entertainment, but it is also a book of prophecy, depicting the future of advanced industrial society and the future of humanity. The worldview depicted in this animated film is presented by the cold open and the tapestry projected at the opening. The first 4 minutes of the film set the stage for the story, and the audience is transported from the real world to the world of the film. In the cold open, Lord Uber, one of the main characters, is walking with 2 horse crows in the dust. The greatest swordsman Uber is the mentor of the main character Nausicaä, who is on a quest to unravel the mysteries of a poisoned forest called Toxic Jungle. Horse crows is a large bird-like creature that is as tall as a man. They can't fly, but they can run fast like a horse. Both Uber and the horse crows were wearing masks, and the star-shaped birds were flying around them like powdered snow. As they walk through the village, there are large clumps of fungus everywhere, and the whole place is covered with mold. That fungus bulge cracked open, releasing spores from inside at the trainer's force, and spreading them around. When Uber explored the village and entered one of the houses, he found 2 mummified corpses wearing crowns lying close to each other. When Uber sees this, he realizes that the village has been wiped out by the poison emitted by the fungus. Uber murmured, "Another village is dead." An eerie chopping sound breaks the silence. Uber looked up at the sky and saw a swarm of giant bugs flying around a decaying windmill. "Let's go, soon. This place will also consumed by the toxic jungle." Uber speaks to the horse crows in a despairing voice. These depictions tell us that the world in this movie is a world where a forest of fungi emitting toxic miasma called toxic jungle is spreading, where villages are being destroyed one after another, and where giant bugs exist. With the overwhelming power of the images and Uber's only 2 lines, the audience is shown that this story takes place in a world where human survival is threatened. It has been 1,000 years since the collapse of advanced industrial civilization. The opening tapestry depicts why the world has become the way it is. After the Industrial Revolution, mankind prospered greatly, building magnificent cities with skyscrapers reaching to the heavens, and using advanced technology to build spaceships to operate between the stars. In the midst of prosperity, Giant Warriors is created and finally war begins. The war known as the 7 Days of Fire has destroyed cities, lost complex and sophisticated technological systems, and left most of the Earth's surface barren. After that, industrial civilization was never rebuilt, and humanity declined. The opening animation occasionally shows giant warriors destroying the world in a blaze of fire. This implies that giant warriors depicted in the tapestry was real, The tapestry ends with a picture of a legend. One day, a blue-robed savior with white wings will appear and save the people. The audience then sees a figure in blue flying high in the sky with its white wings flat. It looks like a savior depicted on the tapestry. In fact, the main character Nausicaä is flying in a glider with an engine called Merv. And the audience can superimpose Nausicaä with the saber depicted on the tapestry. Also, the fact that Nausicaä flies in a map of the fossilized giant warriors that dot the ground indicates that the world is after the collapse of the advanced industrial civilization. It is breathtaking that the technique of drawing the audience into the world of the stage with the cold open and opening, and then connecting them to the main story. This allows the audience to immerse themselves in the world of the Nausicaä of the Valley of the Wind from the very beginning. Covered in fungi and inhabited by bugs, toxic jungle is a mysterious place. The sparrows dancing around like snow are beautiful, but if you take off the mask, you will die within a minute. Orm appears as a kind of guardian of toxic jungle. Although it looks like a sorbet, it is a giant bug with an adult body length of 80 meters. They usually live in toxic jungle, but will attack humans if they harm bugs. When they are enraged, they can run amok in packs and cause tremendous damage. They also have mysterious powers, such as using their tentacles to communicate with Nausicaä. Orm is a symbolic creature of the apocalypse, and the key to the film's climax. Nausicaä of the Valley of the Wind is a science fiction anime that depicts a world that no one has ever seen before, but it can be interpreted as a metaphor for a world that has been contaminated by radiation due to nuclear war and where humans cannot live without protective masks. What should we do to stop the threat of human extinction? That's the question this film asks us.